And clap to the masses, guys. We're back again for another reaction right there on this Mystelics Reacts channel, guys. Of course, this video was sent to me a number of times, and of course, I definitely had to do a reaction on it. A person who actually requested me do a reaction on it. I got this video like about 10 to 15 times, and of course, the link as well as the video itself. But I actually got the link on Keep It Real 767. Keep it real, yes, I thought it was keeping it real, but keep it real 767. So we're keeping it real on the vibrations right there. We're gonna reacting to this. I probably heard like about 5 to 10 seconds of this, and I'm gonna listen in. So hopefully there's no your mother's this and your mother's is that on that video. If there is this kind of things there, I'll have to you know, mute it and stuff. But let's hope that there's nothing like this and we can just run for this right there. Let's get it, guys. Keep it real 767. They stated on this thing, this is a viral voice note explaining what is happening in Dominica. Alright, let me see if I agree or disagree to it. You don't know, it's the easy 1 to 10. Boom.
I studied there on a whole day on politics. But anyway, let me give a little 2 cents to let all you understand the circumstances that we're in right now.
Of course.
And I'm not talking from a political point of view, I'm talking from basically an economic point of view.
Why do people always say they're not talking from a political point of view? Politics is everything that we do, brothers and sisters. Politics is everything. The policies enhanced in the economy is politics. The policies, I should say, enhanced in the economy is politics.
Dominica is at a situation right now whereby, I mean, yes, I'm not saying Scary didn't do good for the country. I mean, he started out good like any other leader because Hitler, Castro, Gaddafi, all of them started out good.
Well, when it comes down to Gaddafi, respect Gaddafi for me, please. What the media is portrayed as Gaddafi is not correct at all. They say Gaddafi was taking away his people. No, Gaddafi was actually taking out the people that were trying to kill him. That is the very same people that the US armed and they went in and they did their stuff. The rebels in there, but that is another situation. But of course, I agree. When Scary started, you know, he had hope. And this I actually reacted to when he was starting out. I think he became the prime minister for the very first time for 5 years, and he was talking about what he wanted to do in Dominica and how to elevate the people and, you know, the elderly and, you know, agriculture and boosting the growth sectors of Dominica. But we realized that is not the case at all. That was nice being said, nice being stated back then. Unfortunately, what he stated was not happening at all, which of course means we cannot trust the very people and the words that they say. Interesting.
They win the people over to their sides. And yes, Kerry did a good job. He had the Yes We Care program. He had the, you know, the housing. And
first of all, Yes We Care is just another name for what was actually happening before. They actually had this thing where they were taking care of the elderly folks already. I think they boosted, what Scary them did, they boosted a little more of the income of them, I believe. So if that did take place, definitely that's a good thing, yes. But that thing was actually, it was happening already. Just like when they think Scary came in and he was sending students to school overseas. That was happening already. It's not anything new right there. But yeah, that at least it's continuing, so that is a good thing right there.
Yeah, you know, NEP and these things there. However, what happened when
you talk about NEP, NEP is a good initiative, but from the root cause of it was to lessen the unemployment rate that was going on in Dominica. That is why NEP pretty much came in. You know, persons, you know, employment was going down and the unemployment rate was rising. So what they tried to do was subsidize to see if they can actually give people a level of employment so they can mark it as employed and thus make the unemployment rate go down a bit. That's why you have, I think the #1 employment basis in Dominica right now would have to be NEP. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. It has to be NEP when it comes down to the local people. So that is it. And of course, I think it was a good initiative when they were speaking about having it as a way for individuals to get an introduction to having some sort of experience. But it became sort of a career for individuals when it was supposed to be a transitioning point. That is what they stated, but we all know that it was to help curb the unemployment rate as a result of this. I think Dominica's unemployment rate is between 65 to 70%. I think I read that somewhere or heard that from something, but it's around there. So if it wasn't for the NEP, probably it would be like 80%. Who knows? Because there's a large margin when it comes down to people. Even NEP people are working in the bank. The government give them half and the bank give them the other half because the bank cannot sustain them. Anyways, let's continue.
With any man, they get addicted to power.
Yep.
And if you notice something, Skerrit is a man right now that will not allow himself to lose power.
Nope.
At any means necessary.
Because jail might pick him up. Jail will pick you up because after you not, but you mad. You have to do anything and everything in your power to maintain power and think. But I think we have a wrong understanding of power. Power is competence, and if you lack in competence, you don't have power. What you have is a dictatorship that is taking place right there, where you want to maintain power so you can save your own backside. That's probably why they're trying to put Vince Henderson in, because I think they're trying to make the prime minister who is scared become the president. That's a rhetoric that that's something that I've been hearing all over the place. And if it does happen, then we'll say, oh, we heard that before. But then if it happens, then that is probably trouble for Dominica, especially when it comes down to getting monies and justice for the things that have been done to Dominicans. So
look at it, for example, when is election time? For people that have age and probably have understanding, you know that when you relinquish your seat, you dissolve the house, the cabinet, right? You're supposed to be a normal citizen.
Yep.
Go at your home and wait for the results.
Yep.
You understand? When you campaign in as a simple, ordinary citizen, because you no longer hold a seat
Yep.
in the office of the prime minister.
And I believe during that time, during the election, he was literally staying in the White House. He was staying in the White House, man. You relinquish this seat, you're no longer prime minister. What you doing staying in the White House? What? But anyways.
Right? But guess what?
Well, that is what I heard. I heard he was staying in the White House.
That is not the case. Skerrit still have special branch going around. Still making and addressing the nation as in the capacity of the prime minister. Let me tell you, even if Skerrit lose that election, my friend, the man set up his game so tight that all that is going to happen is that they're going to have a recount, and guess who's going to come out and emerge as the winner? Roosevelt Skerrit. For you to take out Skerrit in office right now, you have to have a landslide victory. Something that is in the test, kind of this in this.
I agree to that to an extent.
Should I say? In this.
Because I remember one of the places at the bottom of Dominica, the lady who went up for the EWP, she won a seat and they did the recount and then it flipped over to her side. So it should have been 4, but instead it flipped over to her side, and then it became 3 for the UWP and 18 for DLP. So that's I have to agree with this to some extent.
It's a landslide. Anything by 1 seat, 2 seat, Skerrit is going to come and emerge himself as the winner. Now the sad situation is, all the people and them that they're thinking, yes man, Skerrit is good. Yes. It is nice to think of him that way. But after a while, it's going to become your kryptonite.
Yep.
Because all the assistance that you're going to get there after a while, it will be null and void.
Yep.
You understand? It's going to be null and void. Because we and all it doesn't understand.
Kind of reminds me, hold on. Kind of reminds me of the lady, hold on. Kind of reminds me of the lady who stated that she was waiting for a cement for 4 years. The lady in Granby, when I think Vince Henderson was in the area. She said she was waiting for a cement. She has been waiting for a cement for 4 years.
That electoral reform will come with a tail end. The tail end is they're going to be absentee ballots. Absentee ballots mean all the people that have US Dominica citizenship by citizen by investment program can and will vote.
Yep, they can.
Hence the reason they want to renew the passports. So they can get all their people
come and
vote.
Have
a little little backlash.
Yep.
We're going to have a little talk about you renewing your citizenship through the CBI, that when the time is right, you have to go ahead by the people that give you the citizenship, which is going to say like a prompt on your computer saying vote Labour, vote Workers, whatever party it is, and you're just going to click by the issue, and that's it. And
well, I don't think you can click by the issue online. I think most likely they'll be able to come down to Dominica, vote, and then go back wherever they come from. Because they will have that privilege. The people who have obtained Dominican passports are now citizens of Dominica and can also vote. I don't think they tell people these things, but I have been telling people these things, and So when you have criminals might come in and vote and anyways.
So what's going to happen is that the people on the ground in Dominica feeding this is not going to have any power to change anything.
Yep.
That is where Roosevelt Security is moving, which is the dangerous part of it. All of what they call talking about, oh, the country running nice, the country running smooth.
I don't think people saying that no. They don't saying that no at all.
And they playing a blind like
When DJ crying and then meeting have to be had. I will try and do a vlog on that, guys. Let's continue.
because of our greed. You see this? I doesn't feel sorry for Dominicans, straight up.
Nope.
Because you know what? It is because of our greed. We're greedy.
Yep. It's not just them on the top greedy. Because a lot of people like to blame the people at the top. It's not the people at top. We say the people at the top doing corruption. But who is allowing them to do corruption? The people. Who is then voting back for the same people that are doing corruption? The people. And whereas we might say, yes, overseas, a lot of thousands of people coming to vote. But if thousands of people come to vote and the people in Dominica do not vote for the people, obviously, guess who's going to win? The team that is not in power is I'm going to lose. Because the people in Dominica did not vote for them. But apparently people not seeing these kind of things. They say, oh, I come for my $5,000 and I'll vote for you. I get a 5,000.
Us. We don't give a shit about our brother.
Nope.
We don't give a shit about our neighbor.
We keep up about ourselves. Because if the people were thinking community, they will realize, well, wait a while, my community in Portsmouth not going nowhere. What happened in Portsmouth? Nothing, no boy. Nothing happened in Portsmouth to elevate my standing as well as my children. No. They're looking for themselves. Let me see if I can get $100, $200, $1,000 to see if I can break a hand up there in financial institute, whatever is that thing up there in Roseau. I can break a hand, go and get scared, give me $1,000, $2,000 or something like that. People thinking of themselves rather than thinking of the community. But they don't realize if the community elevated, everybody in the community will elevate too. Everybody. When Ross was there, people was doing all kinds of jobs. Not true. True or false? People doing all kinds of jobs independent of the government. No, people just begging, oh, let me go, Scare is my husband.
Once you get the fridge, the stove.
Scare is my lover. I heard a partner as he said that stove there. I heard a family member of mine stating, well, if they gave him a house and whatnot, and he said, well, if they give him if the other opposition give me a stove, he'll vote for them. So you're making your vote based on what you can actually get. So people don't realize what is actually happening to them when it comes on to the economy that can actually help them. When people are not going to find markets for you to then sell your produce, you want to then say, I want to get $5,000. When you can end up making $30,000, $40,000, $100,000, that's what the people back in the day used to make, you know. And they didn't have education, but they knew how to work the streets, though. And by streets, I'm talking about agriculture and the produce of the land and whatnot. Anyways, let's continue.
So that we need to help everybody else. I voted Labour Party, I'm not going to lie about it. But I
myself, I would not say this kind of things. Then, Apal, what? Vote Labour. I just always give a friend of mine. She talking about, she just said, all you easy, no? You know, easy that Dominica, then, huh? She just tell me that. I say, but when you was in Dominica, you voted for Labour. So I always holding her on that point. She said, don't never give it a rest. Then she want to say, we do easy, but you vote for Labour too. Anyways.
I think about my brothers, I have to think about my children. I have to think about the people that are around me suffering and why, my friend, the country is not producing money, it's not circulating.
It's not the country not producing money, you know. The country can produce a lot of money, it has a lot of potential. But it's not being used. Instead, we are hearing that these people from overseas, not overseas, these people in Dominica are actually going overseas to make monies and then making monies for themselves. And then they're giving the dregs to Dominica, the breadcrumb. I mean, the hose still leaking, the fire hose still leaking, right? We talk about fire hose. How long the fire hose still leaking? When they build the library that catch on fire there for how much times? That library can't catch fire in Roseau. But the hose, when we saw the hose was still leaking there. But hey.
Right now, something is coming into Dominica there and we don't realize it. Half time's coming in.
Oh, yeah.
Because we feel half times in America right now. You understand? People don't work for little money anymore.
Boy! All you don't know what coming. All you don't know what coming, boy. No, all you don't know what coming. America feeling blows. No, eh? America feeling a blows. And that is because of what the Biden do. Or you think Trump was bad? Boy, all you bad. The man don't even reach. Guys, let me tell you something about Biden, boy. Biden don't even have a year yet in office. Biden has the lowest approval rating. Biden approval rating is 38 to it. 38%. And it's going down. It seems like every month. It was 43 last month, I think it was when they did it, the last time they did it. And it went down to 38%. You know what is Kamala approval rating, brothers and sisters? Oh, Kamala approval rating even lower than Dick Cheney. And it's 28%. 28%. And that is the vice president. Boy, I tell you, less than a year we. When thing was around that level, Trump, all he was talking all his stuff and whatnot. That was during the last year of his stuff when he got that approval rating. Biden in office for less than a year. November 3rd passed, but he came in January, so it's still less than a year. But Biden in office for less than a year, guys. And his approval rating is 38. And you see the kind of catastrophe that is happening in America. Hopefully it doesn't affect me. Please don't affect me. Please don't affect me, please. Oh God, that would be terrible. But Dominica, gas prices, cooking gas rise. Just soon, them gas station thing going to rise. Boy, I remember gas prices in the United States was like $1 something. They tell me it's almost $4 now. That was in 2020. I was in the United States, you know. Gas prices was like $1 something. Now it go up to almost $4. But let's continue. Be prepared, eh? Alright.
People want to work for under $15 an hour. I am at a workplace there right now, and trust me, it's a skeleton crew. And the list and
they give them all the jobs.
$15 an hour. People don't want to work there like that. So you know what happening? The prices of production going up.
Yep.
And you know where the price is going to go on after that? Onto the consumer.
Yep.
What affects America are going to affect the Caribbean. So
Yep.
we just start to see prices going up.
Oh yes.
You get me?
Oh,
Just start to see prices.
Ooh.
So let us sit down there and fighting about Skerrit. Skerrit setting up his game. Skerrit is a very intelligent.
He outside. He's setting up his game outside, not in Dominica. Outside. This is why he say he can fly his children. Well, outside he makes sure he, as a prime minister of a country, you make your children born in another country to get citizenship. What does that tell you? But his Mystelics are talking crazy. Let's continue.
Skerrit setting up his legacy. That 666 no gonna die in Skerrit hand. It might most die in Vince Henderson hand. Skerrit setting up Vince Henderson to take the fall. He is Vince Henderson, don't realize it. You understand? Skerrit setting.
That making sense because Vince Henderson is not really a guy that you can. What does he? What qualification does Vince Henderson have to at least run a country if they're trying to make him the prime minister? None. He didn't have qualifications for his own Senjo constituency, much less for the entire Dominica. So it seems like they're trying to make him take the fall. And that is probably why the other people, well, I guess it's not really in the air yet, so to speak, when it's amongst themselves, as who should take over, because the Prime Minister wants to leave. He wants to leave, and when he leaves, he's not staying in Dominica. Mark me, the Prime Minister will not be staying in Dominica. For what? For what he's staying in Dominica? For what? His children born in America, not go back to America and try and organize so they wouldn't trap you up there. I guess that's probably going to become the president. So when he becomes the president, he becomes immune. Then he can finally leave and go to America and then spend the rest of his billions or whatever amount of money he make, hundreds of millions of dollars in America, and just VIP. You get involved into the stock exchange and do other things, and then you make more money for yourself from the very money that you make out from Dominica. But let's continue.
This legacy. Skerrit not gonna take the fall.
Nope.
But Dominica's going to feel the squeeze.
Oh yes.
Because
that's one of the things I always say. Guys, sorry for pausing so much. One of the things I always say, guys, is because the debt. Who do you think has to pay the debt? Do you think the Prime Minister has to pay the debt? He go and take all kind of loan and want to bring loan and all kind of thing in Dominica. Who do you think has to pay for that? You think it's the Prime Minister have to pay for it? You that have to pay for it. You. This is why it's important that you know exactly what is taking place with your money. When I see Reginald standing up and talking about he don't care what happened to the money in Granby, the $550,000 that go missing, he don't care, and the people stand up clapping, it is you that have to pay back this money. You know, oh God in heaven.
Anything, and all you don't want to realize it, or don't want to open all your eyes about it, or you don't want to play politics with it. I may not like Leonard Clinton, but if that is the way, we have to let Skerrit see. That is to stop taking us for a joke. That is the way. You understand? Everybody have their day for. But at the end of the day, I know Skerrit cannot come in there and have the power and authority that Skerrit have, because Skerrit took a while before he able to get that power and that authority. You have to put all your cards in the right places for you to be able to have that authority. You have
Yep.
the
Put your
sports
right
commissioner.
put your right set of people. Put the right set of people there too. That's what you have to do as well.
You have his president. You have his the
Judges.
chief personnel officer. You know, you have the chief, you have the auditor, accountant general.
What's going on there now?
Everybody in his pockets. Everybody. That's what he's doing. He's putting all his cards in the right places. Right now, you cannot take out scary there like that, boss. Don't fool all yourself.
You have the electoral reform people. You have all kind of people there. That's why electoral reform, they have all kind of meeting they have. All kind of meeting they had. All kind of electoral reform meeting they had. Not a thing happened.
They don't want to realize that President Security is not the same man that they put in power how many years ago. That man has transformed. Or you see the same man with the dimples, the little boy. No, that man has transformed. Imagine a friend of mine was in St. Lucia, and he and another friend of mine was talking about Dominica. And they talk about Roosevelt Scary taking $4-point-something billion and put it in his personal account. Where you ever hear that happening? That is madness, my brother. Anybody that do that in any other country taking jail and Dominica stay silent.
Boy.
Oh, you don't know what is $4-point-something billion?
They don't know.
And it's not a joke.
I mean, Maguesa, them people clapping for a $550,000 disappearing from them. Maguesa to know what is $1 million and then $100 million and $1,000 million, which is $1 billion, by the way. In case you didn't know, 1,000 million is 1 billion.
That, you know, I was previewed to the Gazette, and I'm seeing the amount of people that are getting US citizenship by investment program. I can tell you, those people have a money hide up somewhere.
Yep.
They come about the international airport. That international airport is not going to build. That is just a cover-up.
Boy.
And I'll tell you why it is a cover-up. The cover-up is Roosevelt Skerrit cannot account for half of the passport sales that he made. So let's say here he said that he made 100 passports, 500 passports or so. But people outside there, they are very, very meticulous in terms of accountability.
They don't care.
Accountability.
They don't hold them accountable at all. What trouble is that for me now?
When he come and say he sell 100 passports and you want to bring in monies that representing 500 passports, you have to show your source of funds. So he cannot bring down that money. So that airport there is basically...
That's probably why he's giving it to Anthony Hayden to then organize and then use it as a loan for Dominica, and then Dominica has to pay back the loan. Interesting. Interesting. I just thought of that right there. That could be a possibility. That he's taking the money from Dominica, making Anthony Hayden handle who has a lot of business, so you expect him to have a lot of money, so to speak. So he's pretty much giving that money to Anthony Hayden, and then it's gonna be presented to Dominica as a loan. Or if boy, let me leave that alone, because I hear is another contract they're going to be signing in December, and you wonder how much money they have to take. Maybe $2 billion they have to take. Yeah, I don't know, boy. So they're giving that money to Anthony Hayden, and then Anthony Hayden is going to use that monies and present it as a loan to Dominica, and then we are going to pay back Anthony Hayden through passport sales that amount of money. You think we go? We deadly in that place there? Yes, sir.
To give Montreal management that money and bring it down in a kind of a money laundering vibe.
Yep. Loans.
Say was building passport for how long? Airport for how long? He never built it when all the money was flowing. You think right now, things so tight.
Money flowing. Yeah, that makes sense.
Is moving backwards, man.
We are.
In 2014, you know what?
We are moving backwards. Backwards. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. 10 years ago, was Dominica in a much better position? True or false? And some might blame Erica, some might blame thing. Yes, these are factors, but based off a trajectory when it comes down to the normalcy of things, Dominica was much worse to 2017, 2015. Before 2015, Dominica was much worse 5 years ago, you know. So it's not up Dominica's going, it's down Dominica going anyways.
Money Dominica's making for CBI, airport building. What make you think airport going to build now? I don't think no political thing with anybody, but I think of the future of the country, because the people and them are thinking that when the shit hit the fan, they're going to be exempted from it.
That's
That is where the problem will rise. Because guess what? Is it now? Once the people and the young boys going to come and break up.
Oh yes, that is a thing too. That's why man have to start arming themselves. Even when they start, I never hear this kind of things happening before. Man going and rob truck, passing on road, boss that truck. Boss, I think it's a boss, a juice truck. Man going and rob juice truck. And that is the first time, that is the second time I heard it could have more incidents, but when growing up I never heard them kind of things happening. So it's going to get worse. But get your guns and things ready, brothers and sisters.
And they cannot treat their family. Even if you're overseas and you're thinking, yeah, oh, it doesn't affect me. Yes, it will affect you. Because right now, I know you have people that used to be living in places like La playing Grand Four, and they have to leave. Because how the communities are getting real funny.
Yep.
You understand? Real funny. So that is not no joke thing, boss. Right now, you notice how Dominicans moving, but Dominicans moving funny.
Boy.
The same Dominicans, boy. Dominicans don't worry about people, you know. A man getting hash there and he's like nothing, you know. And you must be careful what are they talking about and playing politics with, because all you getting what all you want, you're going to come back and haunt you.
Yep.
Because it will affect you, it will affect your children, boss. That is not no joke thing, you know, boy.
I agree.
That is not no joke thing to laugh about or laughing about. That are not laughing matters, you know. When the hard time hits, because I'm telling you, hard times coming. And when I say what I say, I know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about too.
Ripple effects. And if you're not feeling it yet, or you will feel it soon. Because when America gets tight, obviously, or you're going to feel it too. When America sneeze, the rest of the world
Catch you
the
cool.
flu. So at the end of the day, sit down there and play politics with Roosevelt Scary, to school Scary, setting up himself and his children.
Oh, yeah.
And all you should be listening behind. For the little penny help me.
They think he's their husband. He's my husband, we? My husband, my dude, my husband.
When a man give all you $1,000, the $1,000 finish, or you can make another $1,000 for yourself.
Next 5 years.
You know, easy. So continue playing politics, and who want to say labor is this and labor is that. The man spend enough time there, let the man go and check him scene. Let somebody else try something. You understand what I'm saying? Let somebody else try something. Let somebody else, because I can be good in maths, somebody else is good in English. And both of us, I do what I have to do in maths, you what you have to do in good English. Roosevelt Scary is good in infrastructure, but right now we don't need infrastructure. We need economic development, demand.
You good in infrastructure? Yeah, because you bring in people that good in infrastructure, so you get in that kind of vibe. But then again, he giving most of the jobs to the outsiders, which means he's not very good in economics. Because if you're taking the foreigners and the foreigners taking the money to send back to their country, and if only a little bit comes to Dominica, I mean, come on. That is not proper economics. So there's a deficit there.
And it's the worst on that. He's setting up his business. So sit down there and play fully for yourself and believe. When all you do, and not only make all the X in the wrong places, it's going to affect one set. No,
oh, you
he's
mad.
going to come back and hunt all you.
Boy.
Because it's all your children inside of all your house. And all the children are going to be attacked. Dominica will
Kind of reminds me of the lady that was talking about her children. She has 6 children. That was, I think, the last election there. She was talking about her children. She said she don't working. None of her children working. But labor. I tell you, I still can't believe that the lady children, 6 of her children, none of them working. She herself not working, but she labor, and she talking about Chinese. Chinese will give us job.
Trinidad, yes. It was very quiet like Dominica. And see how Trinidad has become. Jamaica, all these countries were quiet like Dominica. Do not fool yourself. So Dominica, when you see those countries go down the road, up to now Trinidad can't come back the way it was. Jamaica cannot come back the way it was. Haiti can't come back the way it was. Because when you go down those roads, it doesn't be able to turn back the hands of time. So let those people that believe as if, yeah, I'm going to do for me to get what I have to get, and to hell if everybody else, and believe it's a joke thing. But that's how it is.
So it is, guys. That's what we make it. Anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment box below. And this is pretty much all about us for this year reaction.